Oh yeah! What's happening, everyone? This is Big John coming back with you. This is Sounds and Pressure, bringing you the latest and the greatest in Jamaican sounds from around the world. Classic hits, new sounds from Young Turks, both near and far. In the studio today, we have with us Mike Kenyon and Stephanie Kenyon from the Champions Incorporated. What's going on, everybody? What's happening?
Not much.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today, man. Thanks guys for coming down. We were able to catch them on their way into town. They're playing a big show tonight at the House of Blues in San Diego with Hepcat. Thank you very much, guys, for stopping on your way down. I really do appreciate it.
No problem.
So what's happening with the Champions these days?
Well, just playing a lot of shows and got done recording. Getting ready to record, actually, next month.
You guys are recording again? You've been writing songs again?
Well, yeah, we have a couple things up our sleeve that we're going to do through our label Contra.
Okay.
Which is out of Germany, so
all right.
We're getting excited for those. It's if you've ever seen us live, it's a song we end our set with, so we'll leave that as a little mystery.
Okay.
And it'll be something original on one side and a cover on the other.
All right. Excellent, man. I tell you what, guys, I actually did get to see the Champions live earlier this summer. They came through and played a big set here in San Diego, and to be honest with you, that was probably the best dance we have had in town all year round. When they came down, in all honesty, I really had never heard a single sound by them. I had seen them advertised plenty of places, seen a lot of friends of mine in Northern California posting their songs, and so on and so forth, but I honestly had just didn't know anybody who had the albums. I didn't know anybody who had even a single. I guess it's sort of the way things are getting these days with regionalism and so on and so forth. But I was so impressed and so blown away that their album went into the rotation right away. We're going to get a couple songs from that in a little bit here. But guys, thank you so much for what you guys are doing, seriously. I don't think you guys really understand that you really are in the rotation around the country and people really are playing your music.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe, actually, just because we only use kind of social networking to kind of judge that and turn up at shows, so it's kind of amazing when you say something like that, because we have no idea, really.
Anybody ever come up to you on the street?
A couple times in the last month or so.
It's pretty flattering, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
It is pretty cool. We had a round of drinks bought for us when we had a band meeting, like a band dinner together, and it happened to be by a person that plays in a band called the Skunkadelics, so we'll give a little shout out to them.
Right on.
So that's a Bay Area ska band that we played with, so that's cool.
Right
yeah.
on. Well, you know what, man? Before we get too much farther into this, we want to get into a couple songs from you guys.
All right.
Because like I said, the second we got this album, it was in the rotation down here and just really pretty much all summer. I mean, it was pretty crazy. Like, it's been very few new albums that I've heard that were really people came in and immediately were just like all over it. Let's get right into one, man. This one's called Man on the Moon. This is the Champions Incorporated out of San Jose. And a second, if the song wants to play. Do you? How about that one? I'll tell you what. We're going to come back to that in a second here. While we get this all resolved here for a second. Excuse me, everyone.
It's no problem.
No problem whatsoever.
That sounds unfamiliar. That couldn't.
I'll tell you what. That's how often I've been playing this CD. Right, exactly.
Oh, it's all.
Well, we got some more stuff for you. We've got some more stuff, and we got some 45s for you.
Right on. Thank you very much. What's happening in the Bay Area these days?
There's a lot of interesting things happening in the Bay Area. So there's a lot of reggae nights going on up in San Francisco. We don't get to make it out to those as much as we'd like to because we're about 40 minutes south of the city.
Right. You guys are based in San Jose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't get to participate in that as much, but that's definitely happening for sure. And then in our area, we have a group called Shark City United that we work with to put on reggae nights, soul nights. They are kind of more on the punk rock end, so we kind of take care of the soul and reggae dues that we do.
They have a soul club up there too?
We have United Soul Club America, which
that's my club.
Right on. Excellent. Well, mad shout out the United Soul Clubs of America.
That's right. Mad shout out.
Absolutely.
So Mike can tell you a little bit about that while you're hooking up.
Yeah, definitely.
Brief little...
Yeah, what's going on with the United Soul Clubs of America? You know what? That's something else that we've seen, a phenomenon around the country. It's been really interesting, is the rise of soul clubs again. And, it's we call them soul clubs, but we're really playing all of our types of music, which is not just soul, but rock steady and reggae and a lot of ska and so on and so forth. It's really interesting to see that happen because I'm getting invitations to clubs and parties from around the world that are, you know what? We just really thought that the internet would bring this a little bit closer together. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's true that I do get these invitation things like that, but it's really weird because we don't have the ability to move in between these cities.
Yeah.
And man,
we haven't stopped doing these for I think about 24 years.
So you've been doing United Soul Club for 24 years?
Yep.
They're
Incredible.
purists, though. They don't do the rocksteady and reggae at their clubs.
I just play pure 60 soul.
All right. Right on.
So we kind of alternate. They do the United Soul Club and we actually, we do it in a club now, whereas before it was at Moose Lodges and kind of more underground.
Right.
So we have access to a club now that trusts the people we're bringing in.
Okay.
So he does the soul nights, and then we alternate. We do a reggae night.
Okay. How often do you guys do this?
About once a month.
About once a month. Not bad at all. You guys have live bands come in there too?
Well, we play there.
All right.
So yeah.
And yeah, we have other bands that are friends of ours come in and play, and
all right,
we try to keep everything together.
Right on. Well, let's see if we can get this back where we need to be for a second here. Oh yeah, baby, that's so much better. This is the Champions with Man in the Moon off their album The Good, The Bad, and The Boss. Only on Sounds of Pressure. We'll be right back. Nothing wrong with playing records at all. What's going on, everyone? This is Sounds and Pressure. This is Big John coming back with you. We're just listening to Man in the Moon by the Champions Incorporated out of San Jose, California, who were happy enough, and, well, we're happy enough that they were able to stop on the way down here and give us a little time today. We got Stephanie and Mike Kenyon in the studio with us. Guys, what's going on?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Just having a good time down here in San Diego.
And absolutely. You know what? We were talking about something that you got, difference between Northern California and Southern California during we'll listen to the song off the air here a little bit. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about how you feel the difference between what's going on scene-wise in Northern California and Southern California and what's happening.
Well, when we come to the South, our band in particular feels a lot of love, and that's something that we feel in our area too, but when we come to LA, it's something that warms our heart, for lack of a better term.
We feel a lot of love and feel a lot of heart down here.
So it keeps us coming down. But scene wise, I don't know. Like the rest of the world, they look at us and they think that we have so much going on, and it's so small in all these other areas. And I'm not sure exactly how. I've heard from people that come to visit, they can't believe how many people are at the shows.
Yes.
We brought our friend Torty, who I'm going to give a shout out to.
Let's go back to Germany.
Yeah, from Germany, and he was completely amazed at the amount of people. We went to the Gay Lads, I believe Templars back a little while back,
And we played
and
with
he
them.
couldn't believe how many people were there. Like they'll come from all over the entire country,
Yes.
and they'll get that many people. We're talking one state.
And they're they're turning these things into major events,
Right.
Which is what's really crazy,
Right.
I mean, you mentioned you guys open for the Gay Lads?
No, we played with the Templars.
Oh, played with the Templars.
It was the same weekend.
Excellent. I love the Templars. Hi, Phil.
Yeah. So we bring people from Europe to visit with us, and that's one of the things they say is that even though things are good and they have small scenes where they are, they can't believe, for lack of a better term, I've said that twice now, my friend Lena said that people in England would shit themselves if they saw how many people were at these shows, because they have good quality scene, but the quantity is not there.
Yeah,
And
when I saw you guys play down here in San Diego over the summer, there's a young guy there that had been passing through from England, and I mean just some random skin that was in town with his old lady, and he was so blown away. He was like, "Dude, I'm thinking about moving here."
yeah.
And we're like, "Wow!" After
Exactly.
one night, It's
No,
like,
that's-
after one
we're
night.
That's a
seeing
good
that.
thing. That's a good thing.
We're seeing that. We're seeing people that are wanting to come live here
Yes.
because of how positive and how much good stuff's going on, and there's never a dull moment.
Never a dull
Honestly,
moment.
like you have to choose between so many options when some people are.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I was talking with a friend of mine who's in town, actually from Sydney, and she was saying the same thing. I mean, she couldn't believe that last week here in San Diego, we had the Toasters, the Slackers, and the Scotalites play literally in one weekend.
That's fantastic.
And I mean, it's kind of hard. It was just like we would be killed to have basically one of those weekends like that.
Exactly. So that's what we're seeing is that we have, I don't know, and then in some areas like in San Francisco, where we live close to, it seems like it's much bigger, but it's actually a small group of people. So it's just about perception. I mean,
All right.
you have bigger numbers down in LA, but we have a good quality. We have good quality in all the areas, but
Yeah, there are any groups you guys listen to right now out in the country? Anything? Anybody anyone you guys think are hot
anybody like in our area?
in your area or just in general?
Well, we tend to gravitate back towards 60s all the time.
Right.
We're being introduced to bands like the Carolagonians that are good. We love Los Grenadians out of Spain.
Yes.
We're kind of on the European, more international tip when it comes to that.
All right.
So a handful of those bands. We got lots of good bands in our area too. But yeah, we kind of
We love Hepcat.
Well, of course, we love Hepcat.
Love some Hepcat,
Yeah,
baby.
we have our old favorites that you can't ever forget.
Yeah.
Like Hepcat.
You know, on the European tip, speaking of which, I got something that came in the other day. Can I play something for you
Yeah,
guys?
do it.
Listen, I got this. A friend of mine just went back to Belfast recently. And hi, Brian, thank you very much for sending this over. This is a group called the Aggressors BC.
I heard about them
and
recently.
just arrived in the mail on Thursday. Played it for the first time on the way down here. Pretty impressive. I'm pretty sure this is the first time they're going to be played anywhere in the air in America. So let's go ahead and check this out real quick. And you know what? Like, it's a real two-tony, real sort of skanktastic. No, I mean, that's the best way to describe it. I mean, no, seriously. Let's check this out for a minute, everybody. This is the Aggressors out of Belfast City. This song is called True Skin. Let's check this one out. Sounds of Pressure. I'll be right back. Heart like a lion in a champion. The aggressors coming out of Belfast, Ireland. Man, not bad at all, huh?
Like it.
Yeah, I guess they were added to the International Ska Festival over there in London.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Thank you very much, Brian, for sending that in. That was the Aggressors BC with True Skin.
Some wicked keys in there.
Has some skinhead reggae. Go figure. I mean, seriously. All right. I really want to know the history of your band here for a second. So tell me about the history of the Champions. How did you guys get together? Where did you guys come from?
Well, we live in Northern California, as you know, and Mike and I are based in the South Bay of our area, which is San Jose. And we have strong roots in the scooter scene, which is how we met as a couple.
Okay.
We're married.
Excellent.
So that's how we met as a couple. And, you know, he has a strong Northern soul base. I've always been like a reggae rock steady gal. We've been married for about 10 years. So when it comes to our band and where it came from, it's basically a fusion of, I thought when we got married, it's kind of like soul and reggae got married. And honestly, like where our band comes from is a fusion based on that. So you can call it California cuisine. You can call it what you like.
California soul,
It'll
baby.
be, yeah,
That's it.
a soul reggae fusion. And so it tends to come out, it's supposed to be reggae and rocksteady, but there's a lot of soul in there. And
I really like your Western influences to your Western theme. I've always liked the Western style reggae a lot. You know,
we like spaghetti westerns and
Totally.
that whole thing. So
totally. I think Double Gun's probably my national anthem these
yeah,
days.
that one's got the R&B tip. So,
Yeah, totally.
And that one's based on our son wanting he got some little guns for Christmas. So he said, I want to change my name to Double Gun Kenyon. So that's so that we have a song that's based on him, and it literally all the lyrics are based on like his personality and
Right.
And hopefully he doesn't rob any trains because
He's not going to rob any trains. No.
Hopefully. So, yeah, but our band just came from the scooter scene and the scene. And, you know, a lot of these bands come from people that are in the musician scene, which is a little separate from the scene.
Right.
But I think we definitely come from a different place.
Yeah, everybody in our band I've known since we were kids.
All right.
So, like, my bass player, I grew up with them. We were in a scooter club in the early 80s.
Excellent.
And we just kept going, and out of nowhere, we just got a hold of everybody, and everybody came back together. Stevie I've known since he was a kid. Our horn player, he's friends of friends. So everybody just kind of...
Sort of really organic.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
We didn't have to try too hard to make it we were like family already.
Right.
So it worked out that way. And we didn't come from the music scene. We came from the scene.
Right.
And I had no idea. All these years, I knew, like, for instance, that I wanted to do something with singing, but I didn't know musician type people.
So this is the first group you've ever sung in.
Yeah.
You're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I was in choir. That
all
doesn't
right.
count, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you take any lessons or anything like that?
The training's there from, you know, junior high school, but in a choral sense.
Gotcha.
So
That makes sense.
and Mike's self-taught.
So what's been the hardest thing so far since you guys have been together?
The hardest thing so far, just kind of staying true to the original plan, which was to kind of keep things half covers, half original. So we have to sort of remind ourselves of what our original purpose and our mission statement is, basically.
Okay. What's your mission statement?
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Our mission statement is to play music that can be spun alongside 60s music without skipping a beat, which is something I've written on our bio. We don't want to, for instance, our bio, you know, most bands will write a bio. We don't mention all the bands we've played with because I don't think that's what you should be basing your opinion of us on. So that's kind of goes along with that. So not to ride on anyone else's coattails, just kind of do something that we feel is original. And I wanted to take a lot of male songs, if we did do a cover, make sure it was a male song and then turn it female.
Okay,
Because
that's
I feel
interesting.
it's an important perspective. It changes things. So like Come Into My Parlor, for instance, I've heard a lot of feedback from a lot of different girls that were like, I've never thought of it, you know, turn it to the flip side and have it be like, not the answer back, but the other perspective, the female perspective.
Absolutely. That was great. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Yo, let's get into one more from you guys real quick. This is called Are You Reggae Now? The lead album off their album, The Good, The Bad, and The Boss. This is the Champions Incorporated. All right, that was Are You Reggae Now by the Champions Incorporated out of San Jose, California. Thank you so much for coming in here today, guys. Man, I love that one. I've got Stephanie and Mike Kenyon sitting in the studio with me today. What's happening, everybody?
Not a lot.
Not a whole lot. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for listening to Sounds of Pressure again. And thanks for stopping by. Man, you know what? We've been busy collecting all these interviews, getting ready for our relaunch here. And this is a real coup for us. Because you guys are one of the hottest groups in the country, and I'm going to be honest with you. It would be really, I would have been remiss if you would come down here again, and I didn't have the opportunity to sit down with you and talk about what's going on. So what's happening? What's going up next for the Champions? What's going on?
Well, we're trying to get to Europe.
Trying to get to Europe.
By next year for sure. So we don't have confirmed dates right now, but we're working on a couple festivals, at least one. So that's definitely going to happen.
Okay.
It's probably going to be Germany because our label is German-based, and they'll most likely be helping us get there.
Who's your label?
Our label is Contra Records.
Okay. What's
and yeah, so they're primarily a punk label, but we're their first reggae release, which they're really excited about.
Okay.
They say it's going very well. I mean, the records we have a limited press record, which we handed you today. It's a 500 press. So that's kind of how they do like specialty records, and they go for the collectors. So far, that's what's going on with that. And we're going into the studio next month to record.
No, in 14 days.
Oh, in 14 days. Oops, I guess I better get ready.
That's all right.
Yeah, so we're going to record a couple songs to do another record.
Okay.
Most likely with them. If not, it's going to come out somehow.
It'll be with somebody.
Whether we put it out, whether we put it out ourselves or whatever we need to do, and it'll be a good one. So.
All right. Well,
that.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to it. What's going on show-wise?
Show-wise, we're playing.
I know you guys played in LA last night, right?
No, we actually just came in a little early, so we rested.
I'm sorry. I assumed you guys had a show up there.
No, we just came here to play San Diego.
All right. Well, we feel very privileged. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is where it's at right now.
Yeah.
You guys opened for Hepcat not too long ago, right?
Yeah, we played at Slim's with the cover-ups.
All right.
Yeah, they did a reunion tour down in Southern California, a reunion show.
Right.
In Southern California, and they were kind enough to come up and play again with us. So they're our buddies. They're our buddies.
We got a show coming with Roddy Radiation up north.
Oh, yeah.
In Oakland, in Oaktown, we're going to play with Roddy and the Chop Tops, which are a rockabilly, psychobilly band out of our area in Santa Cruz. So they're going to do a, ska reggae band, some rockabilly bands. Roddy, he's a nice guy.
Yeah. He's with the specials.
Yeah. And he's got a new band called the Ska-Billy Rebels. So
I've heard the Ska-Billy Rebels.
Yeah, they're good.
Actually, not bad at all. Not bad at all. You know what? I wish I brought that with me today. Would have put them on, but we'll get to Roddy next time.
Yeah, so we're doing that in November. And then, what else is happening?
I don't know.
Oh, we're going to have a birthday show in May. That's a little fast forward. That's pretty far forward, but...
Yeah, but we're just kind of holding off because we're going to do our recording. So, kind of taking a break to write.
Yeah, we're going to take the holidays off and write some music. And
Tell me about your songwriting process real quick. Who's your main songwriter?
Oh, here we go. Well, I write the lyrics, and I usually can hum something, and he can figure out what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And he writes the guitar part, and then we take it and present it, and everybody writes their part, and that's how it works.
All right.
So I hear it in my head. It doesn't always come out the way I heard it, but it always comes out good. So I'm not worried about
That's the only thing that matters, right?
Right.
You got everybody's influences, so it all just comes in and...
Yeah, so
makes sense to me.
It works. It works okay with us.
Makes sense to me.
We've incorporated the Irish flute in there because our saxophone player, right before he came in with our band, he was playing in a Celtic band that would play every Sunday at the pub.
Okay.
So he has his Irish flute that he would just happen to have with him. So we put that kind of stuff in there, and
that's it.
Yeah, and we added Inky to do backing vocals, and that added a nice dimension. So, she puts in her harmony part. Well, we haven't done much new stuff since she's come in, so she kind of just did what I did on the recordings and filled in where it needed to be. And
add a little depth.
Yeah, a little depth.
But here it comes with some new stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it. Guys, I want to thank you for coming in today.
Sure.
Yes, we've been sitting down here on Sounds and Pressure with Stephanie and Mike Kenyon of the Champions Incorporated. Can we call you the Champions, or can we call you
You can call us the Champions.
Okay, or can we call you the New Kings of California? Is that all right too?
That's a little too much.
Is that a little bit too much?
It's a little too much.
It's a little bit too much, man. It's all good, baby.
You can call us the Queens.
Listen. So, Listen, we want to thank you guys so much for coming down and stopping through today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having
Really
us.
looking forward to seeing you guys tonight down at Hepcat, the House of Blues. I mean, absolutely.
We got to have a drink together.
Oh, it's going to be a fabulous show. I'm coming to the pre-party. Don't worry, I'll be down there.
Oh.
I just got to stop and...
What's the address of that?
Yeah, we can't give that one.
It's at Neil's house. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Just park across the street. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll have a nice drink before the show. And
Absolutely.
it should be fun.
It's gonna be a heck of a night. Trust me on this. This is a great hall. They do it really well. It's gonna be sold out.
Yeah, because this is another big a big venue.
Oh yeah, this is.
I mean, Bimbo's was a big venue for us. I mean, we played a sold out show up there with the English Beat. Then we played with Hepcat last time, and it was you're just looking out there, and all you can see is people, and then you just stop and just play.
It's a crazy thought, isn't it?
Oh, big time, and they really went for it last time. So
absolutely. Well, listen, guys, I really see nothing but bright things for Eddie, you guys in your future. I mean, I'm really 100% serious. You guys are really getting a lot of play over the country. People love your band. They love what you're doing. They want you to keep it up. They want you to come back and visit us again, too, when you guys come back down here.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to come down here a lot.
Definitely.
All right, sounds good. Listen, thank you so much. This has been Sounds and Pressure. We've been here with Stephanie and Mike Kenyon from the Champions Incorporated. Want to thank Stephanie and Mike for stopping by. They got to run. They got to get down to the city because they're opening for Hepcat tonight at the House of Blues. I don't know if there's any tickets left. You can try, baby, but I think that thing's going to be sold out solid. Listen, speaking of Hepcat, here's one classic hit from them off their debut album, Out of Nowhere.
Listen, guys.
It's Hepcat.
You know how it
Sounds
goes,
Special.
baby.
Let me see what other goodies I can find. I'll be right back.
Rocksteady is for lovers, reggae is its boss, but ska will always be king.
We'll see you next time. Listen to Sounds and Pressure. Thanks again. Oh, yeah. Classics. Can't beat them, can you? It's Hepcat. Clarence Thomas. Off their debut album, Out of Nowhere. What year was that? Good Lord, that was a long time ago, man.
It's going to be a hot show tonight down at the House of Blues. I'm going. I got my ticket. Hope you guys are going to be there too. Yes, indeed. Speaking of Hepcat,
Let's see what else we got down from the vaults in here today.
oh yeah. Bobby and Joe, Sounds and Pressure. I'll be right back. Yeah, Hepcat, baby, Hepcat. Number one.
Yo, Clarendonian's going to be coming to LA soon. Good friend of ours, Chris Murray, is going to be opening. This is one of my favorite songs. This is Running Around. Sounds of Pressure.
Running around, round, round, round. You'll never stop until you knock somebody down. Face it, darling, you're the worst girl in town. But you are the girl that I want, that I want. I hope someday, when the good books say you will be mine, oh mine, till the end of time. Cause you are the girl that I want, that I want. The other day as I was walking down the street, I feel my heart skip a beat. I took a left turn and I feel it in my step. It was your fault, darling, your fault. It was your fault. Running around, round, round, round. You never stop until you knock somebody down. Face it, darling, you're the worst girl in town. But you are the girl that I want, that I want. Yeah. Walking down the street, I feel my heart skip a beat. I took a left turn and I feel it in my step. It was your fault, darling, your fault. It was your fault. Running around, round, round, round. You never stop until you knock somebody down. Face it, darling, you're the worst girl in town. But you are the girl that I want, that I want. Running around, round, round, round. You never stop until you knock somebody down. Face it, darling, you're the worst girl in town. You are the girl that
was our good friend Chris Murray and his group, the Chris Murray Combo, with Running Around off the album Why So Rude, a modern classic right here on Sounds of Pressure. Chris tours a lot, but we're looking forward to seeing him again on December 7th. He's going to be back in town. He's opening for Pat Kelly and the Clarendonians up at Los Globos in Los Angeles. The Ska Mania crew doing it right, hooking it up again. Not just Pat Kelly, not just Chris Murray. Delirians are going to be there. The Steady 45s are going to be on the bill. Queen P is going to be in the house as well. That's going to be another hot night brought to you again by Ska Mania. Junior Francis, thank you. We would have never thought we'd been able to see some of the groups we've seen the last couple of years thanks to your efforts, and we really appreciate it, man. Want to fill that place up, so if you're anywhere in the Western region, anywhere where you can get to this one, it is one you're definitely not going to want to miss. Pat Kelly returns to Los Angeles with the Clarendonians on December 7th. It's going to be hot, man. Speaking of LA, speaking of hot nights, our good friend DJ Mila's got something going on as well. She's got her new club opening on November 23rd. It's called Shindig. It's going on at the Grand Star Jazz Club. I don't know where that is, but you can look it up pretty easily, man. I don't get to too many club nights up in Los Angeles, but I'll probably swing by up for this one. That's Shindig on November 23rd. She's got the Delirians as well and the Steady 45s. The cream of the crop of the LA ska and reggae scene are going to be knocking it down between now and the end of the year, man. Speaking of knocking it down, you know what? I'm really looking forward to that Pat Kelly show. That's going to be one for the history books. I mean, who would have ever thought we'd get a chance to see the Clarendonians? You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Pat Kelly, here's Somebody's Baby. Classic rock steady. It sounds and pressure. I'll be right back. Yeah, Pat Kelly, Somebody's Baby, only on Sounds and Pressure, man. Coming back to Southern California, coming back to Los Angeles on December 7th. He's going to be appearing with the legendary Clarendonians. That is going to be one you're not going to want to miss. Brought to you again by the great Ska Mania crew. Speaking of the Clarendonians, it's a classic. This is my story. Sounds and Pressure. Yeah, the legendary Clarendonians returning to LA on December 7th, brought to you by Ska Mania. That's right, the Southern California scene is going to be blowing up between now and the end of the year, man. Not just with the return of Ska Mania up in Los Angeles, but my good friend King Duncan's going to be coming through here towards the end of October, beginning of November. He's bringing his band, The Shifters, out from Washington, D.C. They're a spectacular rock-steady group who's been tearing up the East Coast for the last couple of years, man. Had a real hot album that came out with Roy and Yvonne earlier this year. I know, I haven't heard that name in a long time, right? Dusting them off. We'll get into one from them in a minute. In the meantime, though, man, you guys are not going to miss them when they come through. They got 2 weeks of shows scheduled. They're going to have one up at the Tin Can, well, down at the Tin Can Ale House, one up at the Slide Bar up in Fullerton, one over here at the Boers Crossing in Carlsbad. Going to be hitting the October and November scooter rallies as well while they're here. Going to have plenty of chances to check them out. That's the Shifters from Washington, D.C., some hot rock steady. Speaking of which, let's slide into a couple of them right now. A couple from them right now. This one's called Who's Gonna Pay? A new one from the Shifters out of Washington, D.C. Sounds of Pressure. I'll be right back. Yeah, the Shifters with a hot one, man. That's called Who's Gonna Pay. Has not been released yet, so it's not on an album, man. It's exclusively on Sounds and Pressure. You know us, baby. We get all the hot hits. Speaking of hot hits, they had an album that came out earlier this year with Roy Patton and Yvonne. Man, we hadn't heard that name in a long time. One of the last of the original Jamaican duos that's still rocking out. Listen, here's a track off that album. This is called I'm in Love. This is the Shifters, backing Roy and Yvonne. Sounds and Pressure. I'll be right back.
I'm in love with a girl and I can't help myself. I need her and I want no the beat. Darling, can't you see? You were meant for me. Without your love, I'd be in misery. Oh, 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 I'm in love. I'm in love with the girl and I can't help myself. I need her and I want no one else. She's a sweet little thing, got them holes in her cheeks. Every time she kisses my heart, sure skips a beat. Darling, can't you see? You were meant for me. Without your love, I'd be in misery. Oh, 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 I'm in love. Oh, 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 I'm in love.
Yo, those are my good friends, the Shifters. We're going to be coming through here towards the end of October, beginning of November, man. Got a nice 2-week tour coming through, man. They're going to be hitting all the scooter rallies, some clubs around here. You're not going to want to miss them. Look that up on Facebook when you get a chance. The Shifters Southern California tour. They're hot. Speaking of hot, man, it is a warm day in San Diego County tonight. It's a Santa Ana. The winds are blowing. And speaking of blowing, I'm going to get on out of here in a minute. Let me tell you something. I'm heading down to San Diego right now. I'm going to go catch up with Stephanie and Mike Kenyon at our little pre-party for the Hepcast show tonight. We're going to have a little fun. We'll catch up with you guys later. We're going to leave you with one hit from the masters themselves. This is Hepcat taking us home. This is Earthquake and Fire, only on Sounds and Pressure. Listen, guys, I want you guys to remember something. While reggae is boss and rocksteady is for lovers, ska will always be king, baby. You know where we're at. It's Sounds and Pressure right here. I'm Big John. We'll see you next time.